Hello, friends, and welcome to the new episode of r/Tales from Retail. Today we have 3 more news stories, and we'll start with a nice story about a crazy Karen who wants an apology because of her rudeness. So if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. And let's get started. I want an apology from every employee. This happened a few days ago at my work, and it's a long story, but I'll shorten it the best I can. This lady came in and was shopping in our shoe department. We just finished packing up some of our old season heels to make room for a new shipment. She found one that was misplaced and asked my supervisor for a certain size in the shoe. He let her know that we just finished packing those styles up, but he'd get a worker to go through the boxes and see if he could find it for her. So 2 of my coworkers go to the wall we have our boxes stored in and start going through all of them. Keep in mind, we don't have to do this. Once it's packed, we can say, sorry, they're ready to send out. We can't open the boxes. But this day wasn't very busy, so he decided to do it for this customer, going above and beyond what's expected. My coworkers are going through the boxes, and it took them about 10 minutes to verify we did not have the size she was looking for, as one of them was going to go find the lady. She was on the other side of the shoe display with a mad look on her face talking to my supervisor. Apparently, this lady went to him complaining that the girls were talking in the wall and it took 25 minutes to look for the shoes and that it was horrible customer service. She then turned to my coworker and said, "That B-word doesn't even deserve a job. Where's your manager?" And she replied, "Well, you're talking to a supervisor. He's one." And she screams, "No, I want his boss." Then storms to the front of the cash registers. My assistant manager was there, and so was I. This is where I started to witness this crazy lady. I was waiting on a customer when she came up and slammed the shoes down on the counter and said to my assistant manager, "I want the manager." My assistant manager says, "I'm the assistant manager. What seems to be the problem?" The lady screams, "No, I want the manager." She was told she's not here and she demands her number and email, and my assistant manager tells her we can't give her that information, but she's welcome to leave her number and we can let her know to call back. That's when all hell broke loose. She went on a rant, lying about my coworkers talking in the wall and taking 30 minutes, it was 25, now she's claimed it was 30, that they need to be fired, etc. This went on for a few minutes. Eventually she left, but apparently head counting all the workers in the store as she was leaving. Later that day, my assistant manager contacted my manager about the situation and then contacted our district manager. My district manager took it into her hands and called the lady to see if there was a calm solution. The lady was nothing but rude to my district manager as well on the phone. She demanded an apology from every employee that was working that day, and my district manager laughed at her and said, "That's not going to happen." This lady was maybe 25 or so, by the way. She wasn't a typical Karen, but this had to be the worst one I've personally witnessed. And in the end, we were told if she comes back to call security and we don't have to help her. Someone once told me, age doesn't define a Karen. It's a rank they earn. This woman definitely got her title early. And our second story for you. My daughter isn't worth $15. I'm essentially the assistant manager of a craft store. And right now, we're running a lot of promotions for things you can use to make Mother's Day gifts. Stepping stones, cheap unfinished wood frames kids can paint, plain ceramic mugs you can decorate, that sort of thing. We have a nicely merchandised display in our main aisle right when you walk in the door with a big sign calling out that these are all crafts you can make for Mom, and with Mother's Day is May 10th on the bottom, for all the harried dads and grandparents coming in looking for a heartwarming craft their little ones can make. Tonight, I had the closing shift, and we had a little bit of a rush at about 7 p.m. It was my one cashier, one sales floor person, and myself up ringing. The only other person in the store was a framer, and she's sort of tied to her department. Enter a semi-regular customer, SR, who I've definitely seen in the store before. As soon as I saw her, I had a sinking feeling. I seem to remember the B word being strong with this one, but I couldn't remember for sure. I'd screwed my retail smile on as tight as it'd go, determined to give this woman the benefit of the doubt when, phew, she went through my cashier's lane, not mine. I go on ringing through my customer, and as I'm finishing up her transaction, I hear the first rumblings of trouble from SR's direction. Of course, I'm still occupied, so I only catch certain key phrases. SR. Saw it in my email. Couldn't find anyone. Said it was on sale. Oh, crap. I turn to her. My cashier gives me the look of someone who just got whacked between the eyes with a blunt instrument. Double crap. Me. Sorry about the non-existent delay. I was helping the cashiers get through this little rush. Can I help you find something? Now, bear in mind, this is all said with a smile so big I must have looked like the mouth of Sauron. I probably looked incredibly stupid, but it's sort of a defense mechanism by now. Yes, I got this email from you guys saying today you had kits to make mugs where you put stickers on them that say Mom, paint over the stickers, then peel them off. They were advertising them as 2 for $5. Me. I don't believe we have any such kits in the store right now. Do you happen to have a smartphone that we can pull up your email with? That way I can... No, I don't have a smartphone. Why does everyone think I should have one? Whoa, lady. Maybe because it's 2015? My retail smile starts to slip a notch. Me. That's okay. Let me see if I can access our website and find the project you were emailed about. That way I can make sure we're thinking about the same thing, okay? It takes me maybe 15 seconds to find the project on our website. It's one that's very popular on Pinterest with initials for an inexpensive homemade gift. As soon as I see it, I know for a fact we don't have them as a kit. Part of my job is knowing exactly what we have in the store. I do the in-stock verifications each week, and this is not something we got in. If we had, it would have been explained to us beforehand and really heavily featured in our Mother's Day promotions. Besides, the crappy ones we sell with the paint that doesn't stick to the mugs are a mere 2 for $3 this week. I doubt we have a kit with higher quality materials for just $2 more. Me, showing my phone to the customer. Is this the project you saw in your email? SR. Yes, that's it. Me. Okay, unfortunately we don't have that in a kit, but right here on this page it actually lists all the materials you'll need and I can walk you to where they are. It's all very straightforward. Be great for kids. Okay, I was under the impression it'd be a kit, though. I've got 2 grandkids, and they're going to make them for Mother's Day. Me. Well, it'd be great if that came in a kit, wouldn't it? It's too bad that it doesn't, but it won't take long to gather up what you'd need this way, and you can customize it with the colors you want and the font of the stickers. So I showed her the paints and the paint daubers and the mugs that she'd need to create a really cute Mother's Day gift. She's not exactly enthused, but she's nodding and talking about the colors she'd want to use, and I started to explain the process behind curing the multi-surface paint so the mom can put the mugs in the dishwasher. Because who wants to hand wash? When SR interrupts me. Well, this is ridiculous. I'm not going to spend $15 on 2 mugs. The email I got said 2 for $5, and if I can't get them for that price, I don't want them. She then stuck her nose in the air and waltzed out, Meek husband, who'd apparently been hovering just outside the paint aisle the whole time, in tow. By this point, I've maybe only spent 15 minutes with the woman, but I take great pride in being able to find alternatives for customers, and I was actually kind of sad because I couldn't find a project that would work for her. It wasn't until about a half hour later that it hit me. This woman was unwilling to spend $7.50 per Mother's Day gift. This woman, whom I've seen multiple times spending upwards of $100 on trendy home decor items, spending $15 on her daughter, or possibly daughter-in-law, is outrageous. Must be some family tension there. Or maybe my semi-regular is just totally selfish. Well, isn't that lovely? The customer misinterprets something, maybe, can't even tell without proof, and suddenly it's your fault. It's like, well, I don't care that the sign specifically states in legible writing that it's only this brand. I saw the words 50% off, so I want it off everything. Or simply the magic buzzword, misleading. Sometimes followed by corporate. Even though everything is clearly marked and sectioned off, and they know GD well what's on sale and what's not. And our next story. You've ruined our entire day. I used to manage a bead store where I was generally the only employee working. We did jewelry repairs, and I was actually pretty backed up that day, but obviously willing to assist anyone that needed my help. Enter humongous B-word and her preteen daughter, who remained silent the entire time. Hi, welcome to Bead Store. What are we shopping for today? We want to make necklaces. Okay, perfect. Here are the boards where you can lay out your beads, and when you have everything picked out, I'll help you string and clasp it. Blank stare. Were you looking for natural stone, metal, wood, or glass beads? I don't know. Okay, well, our stone and metal beads are in this half of the store. Our glass and wood beads are on the opposite wall. Do you have a general color scheme you're going for? I don't know. Okay, well, what colors do you generally wear? And I'll help you pick out something to match. I don't know. We're leaving. You've ruined our entire day. Humongous B-word proceeds to stomp across the street with her now mortified daughter, turn around, pull out her cell phone to make a call. Our counter is directly opposite of a huge window, so she's staring directly at me for several minutes when my phone rings. Thank you for calling Bead Store. This is me. How may I help you? It's my boss. Hi, this is boss. I have a lady on the other line who says you've ruined her entire day. I explain the situation. My boss says, okay, well, she wants me to fire you, but obviously I'm not going to do that. Me. Okay, I appreciate that. I smile and wave at humongous B-word through the window as she triumphantly stomps off. Fin. I've read dozens and dozens and dozens of stories on this sub, and this one is one of the most mind-blowing of them all. I'm not really sure what to think. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.